Hello, I'm Seth Tumler, and I am the producer behind Campers M. I've been taking you through the original season. Today's no different. I'm going to be playing one of my favorite episodes in season one, which is Intervention. You see, up to this point in Campers M, it didn't feel like we were really getting anywhere because we were always just having to play little skits. We did bottleneck episodes, and I talked about that, and that was developing the characters. It was who are these characters, and I'm going to keep building them up, and everyone at camp was just loving them, and I was like, okay, what do I do with them now? And while I was thinking about it, so were the people who are in this video, and it was beginning to garner some interest, so we actually were able to bring in another character, which that was pretty exciting. I love getting to bring in new characters, and I love getting to expand upon what I already have. And this new character was actually someone who I kind of got to help mold a little bit later on, and you're going to see that. It's Gino. So without going any further, how about we go ahead and watch, and I will be reacting and giving perspective to Campers M Intervention.
Hello, my name's Joey.
Hello, Joey.
Okay, and I'm addicted to making people sleep with the fishes.
You know what? That's okay, Joey. Alright, Joey. I feel your pain. I'm gonna tell you, I feel your pain.
You know what?
So it's really funny. We cut, and I wouldn't do this today, but I cut right as he was going, you know what? And then Tommy's in the seat. And it turned out to be really funny from a kid's perspective. From my view now, I probably wouldn't have included that little bit. And there'd be more chops probably and more transitions compared to what I used to do. I was trying to minimize transitions, especially back then, because when I first did Indiana Bailey and Indiana Bailey 2, if you guys saw those, it was like transition, 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 and it was so choppy, and I tried to use like these fancy bubbles, and instead of just simple stuff. And the more I matured and worked with some other editors, like at church, I found that I was just overcomplicating it. It wasn't fun for a viewer, and now that I'm older, it's not fun for me. And when I go back and I re-edit these sometimes, like I'm doing here, I fix them and make them a little more simple. The reason we had to use red lettering for Francisco in this episode is because white blended in with the t-shirt, and then Zach was wearing blue, or Uncle Joey, and it blended in, and I just couldn't get it to show up well on the projector screen for the videos, which is the primary use of these clips. They went to YouTube afterwards so people could watch them, but they were essentially made for church camp. So I had to be mindful of that.
Hello, my name's Tommy.
Hello, Tommy.
And I'm addicted to wearing leather pants. It's been really hard on me. Cow leather, lamb leather, bad leather. I like it all.
Tommy, it's okay. I like leather too.
Everyone's
Just not as much as you.
Every once in a while, gotta wear some leather.
I like
You
leather.
know what I'm saying?
I've got a leather jacket at home. What he said.
I agree.
Hi, I'm Gino with an X.
Hello, Gino
Hello,
with
Gino.
an X. Gino. The toilet smart? Right, Gino, yeah, right. And I am addicted to my daughter's Barbie dolls. I like playing with their hair and their shoes. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of weird. Just a little bit odd. It's a little bit different, man. I probably would have told that myself. I would have probably kept that in the old noggin right Keep that one in a dome, you know. If I were you, I'd probably sit the next couple plays out. Right. Just take the next couple, take a 30, you know. Yeah. Maybe even a full. Yeah.
Cara be kuro malakala lo kuro kutara kara kune kara kara uturo kula kara. Ula bala kuro kunu kwa kara kunu tuara.
That was a real sneeze, I'm pretty sure. It's been a few years. But Francisco sneezing like that after going off on that little tangent and then recovering, what happened was I kept telling everyone that they could keep talking, but if they stop talking, then we have to pick back up. I have to do a transition that looks rough. So I told people that they could ad-lib and they could just keep going, and it'd be easier for me to cut them back than it would be for me to add. And Evan, who played Francisco, took that literally to the point that he sneezed, and then he went on and did that sentence in the ha-hi. And it was just too perfect. I couldn't put it away.
You know what? You make me so happy. You make me so happy. This is getting weird.
Kara kuro baka tin story.
What's going on? There's a
I just did it for brother.
Okay,
Do you want to do
it's
that?
good. Okay. Oh, whoa.
It was already getting weird with the Barbie dolls, but at first I was a little worried about where we would take Gino after this episode, and then we really turned things around.
Para mitri kara kuro makala kuro kusula kara kusa kara katula kara kunda kara kusna kara kara kusna kara kantara kara kara kusna kara kara.
So that was planned. That just freak out and then just sit down, and the way he did it, and he just chilled and he went. It was perfect.
Para makuro merakala. Ito kuro ka to kuro ko nakala ko to. Kalkulo ka ko kasi ko to ako gua. Kuka ka kung mulo ka kung kuka ka kung kuha. Snikla kung tura ka kang akong akala ko tom ay akong kan. Akala ko ka kang toya how. Utora ka kung utora ka sneezing kurkuma ka schnauzen. Gusengarten, Studelgarten, Schlitten.
Evan is an amazing actor. Everything I've used him in, I've really enjoyed working with him. And if I could ever make a video with Evan again, I totally would. I was heartbroken that I couldn't get him in season 2 of Camper's End. When I do the perspective for those, you'll see that. But I was able to shoehorn him in right at the end because he came to camp for a day. And I was just able to get a still shot of him just being there with the gang and being like, hey, he's still out there, still alive, and he's still doing well. Because if you ever tried to dig into the lore of Camper's End in depth, there actually is a lore. I mean, it's crazy, but season 2 really added depth to all the characters and took everything we had from season 1, little references and little fun, and made it deeper. This last half of Camper's End season 1 is actually, you know, these are bad guys, but they're not goofing off as much anymore. This is when, you know, they've got business. And this is kind of that transition episode that we have from the goofy to the serious. And it was a really fun experiment and really gave us a real foundation to use for season 2. Everyone asked, did he really jump off from the top of the second floor in the chapel that we had filmed in? And the answer was yes, but he jumped off at an angle where there was a staircase and we were able to catch him. and still dangerous, but hey, they did it and it made for a good film and everyone loved it. So that is Camper Zim Intervention.